Okay, so, hi, I'm Simone, and I'm just making a little quick video, because somebody apparently wanted to hear what I sounded like. Okay, got that, which is not that interesting. I kind of sound like a dope. But, anyways, so yeah, I figure I'll take this opportunity just to answer a few of the questions that people seem to ask me a lot. The number one question that apparently people want to know the answer to is how much Lolita I have, and sometimes specifically, how much brand do I have. At this point, I have maybe around 50 main pieces, so skirts and jumper skirts and one pieces, things like that. And I'd say over 90% of that is brand. I don't really count, it's a little weird. And I'm weird, but not that weird. But yeah, and that's not, because I have something against off-brand. It's just because Bodyline, first off, they don't tend to fit me, and I also don't support a lot of their business practices, so I tend to stay away from them. And second off, I guess, as for things from Taobao, I find a lot of their pieces are really beautiful, but I'm a little bit lazy, so I find having to order through shopping services is a little bit of a hassle. I tend to not do it, so that is what it is. And most of my brand is angelic pretty. It's just a function of the fact that they fit me the best, because my favorite brand is actually probably a toss-up between Alice and the Pirates and Meta. But it's not AP, despite what a glance in my wardrobe might seem to tell you. So yeah. Second up, I guess, people tend to ask, why I became a moderator, how I became a moderator, and why I'm an administrator of EGL. I decided to be a mod because I feel like the community has given a lot to me on a personal level, and not, the community has, sent me gifts. But I feel like through Lolita, I've gained a lot of friends, gained a lot of confidence, and I've learned a lot of, weird life skills that I probably wouldn't have been able to pick up anywhere else. And I'm really grateful to the community for that. And so when I saw that, they were recruiting moderators, I decided this community has given a lot to me. Let me give something back to it. And originally, I thought it was just going to be sort of a temporary kind of deal, I would be a mod until they stopped needing me, and then I would just kind of quietly ride off into the sunset and whatever. But over time, a few weeks turned into a few months, which turned into a couple years, and I just gradually became more and more involved with the community, to the point that when the previous administrator left, it was decided that I would be one of the next administrators. So, yeah, it's not that exciting. And people have this perception, I guess, that I became a moderator out of some weird desire to have power over all the Lolitas, or because I hate people and I hate the community and I'm some kind of raging bitch. And while it's probably true that I'm a raging bitch, just for sake of full disclosure there, I'm not power hungry. I don't think that being admin of some online community makes me a better Lolita. It doesn't make me cuter than anybody else. It doesn't give me any kind of power over people, really. And I just want to help people. So when I do things that people don't like, it makes me feel kind of bad. And I wish more people would come to me and say, this is what I want to see done in the community, and this is what I'd like you guys to focus on more, because that's what we're here for. And I feel like people are so afraid of us when we're really not that scary at all. So yeah. And I guess for number 3, what kind of job do I have / how do I afford all my Lolita? I'm a full-time student, so I'm not rolling in the dough. I afford my Lolita, the same way everybody else does. I have a crummy part-time job at a grocery store, and I work a lot. And I tend to buy a lot of things. I buy things secondhand, I buy them on sale, and I'm really, really fussy about my price points. If I have to pay more than a certain amount for things, I get really mad, and I won't buy them. I think the most expensive piece of my wardrobe probably ran me a little under $350 after shipping. And that's, most of my pieces were $200, $250 maximum. And it's just because I'm a cheapskate, and I never buy unless, I always have this philosophy that I can get it for cheaper, and usually I can. And as for the last question that I tend to get a lot, but don't really answer because I think it's a little bit personal, people like to ask, what are my measurements, how tall am I, what do I weigh, stuff like that. I'm about 5'6". I'm like average weight for my height. And yeah, I think a lot of brand kind of looks a little bit different on me than it does on other people my height because I'm really flat-chested. I'm like a double A. I have no boobs. And that is a thing that happens. So yeah. And yeah, oh, and also, no, I don't. For people who ask this a lot, no, I don't have an eating disorder. I've never had an eating disorder. I don't think I ever will have one. But I appreciate your concern about me, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. And I think that's all. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk for a really long time. And I'll see you later, I guess.